this video will contain spoilers, so you've been warned. I am here in London for Arm Wars tomorrow. We will pull in Arm Wars Battle of the Capital. But today was AWC Reloaded event. It had some great athletes and some great matches as well. Some matches that we wanted to see for close to 20 years. You know, it's one of those things that it turned out how it turned out, but we still wanted to see these things. So I'm gonna go to some of the matches, but remember, this is spoilers, right? So if you haven't seen, Devon also pulled on this like last minute. He pulled the left arm super match. I'm going to talk about that in the end. But first was Tamara Mitz versus Michelle Dugan. Michelle Dugan started strong, Tamara Mitz finishes strong. So that's pretty much was the tale of that match. It was emotional at one point. It was very contested. It went back and forth, and yeah, good match. Sarah versus Heidi. Sarah has just too much of everything. Like, she is probably still in that top 3, maybe top 4, top 5, maybe top 2 on the planet right now. Always dangerous and always great to see her pull. And it's very hard to find a good match for her. So she absolutely destroyed her match. That's pretty much what happened. We saw Kirsten pulling with Alan Ford. I don't know what happened with Kirsten. He had a great potential on being a great top roller. He has, like, his hand is this thick. I'm not even kidding. His hand is this thick. On the first round, he just lost his hand. Wasn't even that much trying to get to hand control of everything, and then just went to the flop, and pretty much that was the tail of the tail. 2-4, he won first round, second one on the fouls, but even that, you could see like Alan is just gonna keep taking that hand, keep taking that hand, getting the hand control, getting his, and dominate the match. And that's pretty much what happened. So yeah, with Kirsten, I don't know, like I pulled him. I know he has great back pressure, but someone attacked his hand and he gave up, in my opinion, too easily. He should have been fighting for height. He should have been fighting for some other stuff, but he's still very, very young in arm wrestling. I think he's very gifted. He is very strong and he's very motivated. So all in all, it's just a learning experience. Yeah, and it was a good match for both of them, in my opinion. Alan Ford been doing this forever, and yeah, where do we go now? The match of the night, by far the most intense, insane, the most closely contested match versus Serhiy Kalichenko versus Matt Mask. Serhiy Kalichenko took first 3 rounds, but each round he is giving up a little bit more and more of his wrist. Round number 4, I wouldn't say stick to his strategy, just stick to his strengths. Matt Mask took control, get to position, pulled him over, pinned him. That was the story of round 4, 5, and 6. And everyone was thinking like, this is over. I was watching and I was thinking, like, in my opinion, like, I saw Serhiy losing his wrist on round 3, and I thought, like, okay, like, next one, just so you can win it, it doesn't matter what happens 5 and 6, go for the press straight away. But he was still pulling backwards through the back pressure and just lost the rotator and lost the position. Well, he should have just jumped in the press, and that's what he did on the last try. The unfortunate thing is that, like, I saw it, and I think everyone saw it. He was setting up, his shoulder was in, he was almost leaning away, doing what Dave Chafee did, right? He's 100% setting up for that. And still, he got the jump and pressed Matt Mask, and it's sad. Matt Mask was taking control of that, but that's arm wrestling, right? Versatility is a factor. Adapting to what your opponent is doing is a factor, and I think Matt Mask made just technical mistake. He should have gone just over. He still was going backwards, but if someone is coming with your shoulder and they're strong enough and you can't pull them out, yeah, it's not good. Matt Mask was so close, and I love Matt. Yeah, I think he's awesome. I think if Matt Mask is winning, arm wrestling is same as with Wagner. Arm wrestling is winning. He did pull a great match. The crowd was absolutely electric. Everyone loved it in arena. Of course, he's the homeboy and everyone loves him. But just an energy coming back from 3-0 to putting it 3-3 was just insane. And I was looking at Serhii and thinking, like, he's in that position where you don't want to be when you are winning the match, but you feel it slipping, and there's nothing you can do. And it just, it's a bad feeling. But he pulled it together. He won the match. Great match. A rematch, I will pay to watch it, and because I know it's gonna be just as great. Both guys will make the correct adjustments, and I think it might be even more even. Then John Brzenk versus Todd Hutchings. Wanted to see this match forever. Ever since John was coming back, I wanted to see it. I wanted to figure out. They pulled some similar opponents. John has like Irakli, right? Todd Hutchings won against Irakli. John lost to Irakli. And I see this pattern continuing. If you look at this match, and you look at the match he had versus Denis Tsiplenko, you will see John is struggling to get a center line. So there's the thing, if your shoulder is messed up, it's very hard to get a side pressure. You will still can have back pressure, right? But fighting someone who has a lot of side pressure will be very hard because you're always outside your shoulder. Like all that John had, he had the pronator and the back pressure. And John's hand hasn't been like it's been. Like back in the day, that was his biggest weapon. He could do so many things to you just with his hand that nothing else could matter. And the hand was just not working. And it hasn't been working, I would say, since his comeback. If you look at those matches, you will see a pattern there. And even here, he was outside his shoulder. He was holding on. He was trying to work. He was trying to get back. And he couldn't. And I hate seeing John lose. Todd Hutchings did an amazing job. He's always professional. He's always does what he has to do to win. Goes in, get it done, wins, right? And he wasn't pulling that long ago in a very tough match in Australia. So, I was happy to see both of these guys pull, and there's so much respect. But as a true arm wrestling fan, for me, it's like seeing, I don't know, Michael Jordan, right? After his peak, or any boxer after his peak, still fighting. Anderson Silva, right? After his peak, fighting and, not being him anymore. It kind of has the same feeling, but it's still great to see John on the table. Arm wrestling shows that it shows there is longevity in this sport like none other, and it's just great. Sadly, I don't think stem cells can heal up what the problems he has, because I feel like that is the biggest problem. He can't get the center. He didn't get the center, and when you can't get the center and your arm he's just stuck. Like he has no wrist, he can't cup, and he can't move, right? So he's just stuck there. I was thinking maybe eventually he will chip something away, but Todd Hutchings just, even losing his wrist, he just did this and finished the match 3 times. Last round was just pretty much a flash pin, and it is what it is. Great job, and I wanted to see this match, and we have this match in history books, and for me, it really, like, I wanted to see a battle. I wanted to see a battle where there is very hard technique to deal with that Todd Hutchings has versus ability to do a lot of things on table that most people cannot do that John has, but we didn't see it. Then last minute there was announcement that Devon is going to pull Serhii Kalichenko with left arm. If you don't know, Serhii Kalichenko broke his arm in 2000, I would want to say 19 Zloty tour. He was in a final undefeated and he broke his arm. I think 95 kilo class or 100, whatever. Yeah, he was in the final, I think undefeated, and he broke his arm. And ever since, like, he still pulled with Devon, and Devon's left is looking insane. I don't know how many super matches he has pulled this year. I think he's gonna pull at least 5-6 more this year with left arm, and the party arm is strong. And it was kind of, for me, it was just a show match because I think Serhii was super tired. Like the match versus Matt Mask was exhausting, plus the jet lag, plus all the things. Yeah. All in all, enjoyed the event. Was watching it, like we were doing interviews in between. Everyone was watching. We're doing a cable ride across like the skyline here in London, and everyone was watching and trying to see what's going on. There was some technical issues, right? There's always like internet connection and things like that. There was technical issues. For me, the stream even though they cut it off at one point and then they fixed it, it was very consistent. It was very, very, how, like to say, like, there was no jet lag, right? No lagging, colors look great. I saw what I wanted to see. Without these minor technical issues, I think it was a really good job. Core Sports are now doing, you know, another promotion, working with another promotion, which is great. And Armwrestling is just growing in Canada, big fan base because of Devon Larratt. And I for sure enjoyed the event. And I think Devon did a great job as commentator. Like, I really enjoyed that as well. Didn't talk when didn't need to, and talk when needed to, right? Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. How do you enjoy it? You didn't enjoy? Were surprised? Not surprised? Yeah, stay strong. Love Armwrestling, guys.